Everybody, I am interested in bringing expertise back, and that means speaking to people on the front line of NHS services to understand what their experience is like in the NHS right now and how we can all improve it. And so today I'm here with Matt Pryor, who is a hospital porter at Colchester General Hospital. Matt's been on strike for 19 days so far with his colleagues, fighting against a hospital system that wants to privatize the services that they provide, which is going to be bad for patient care, bad for patient safety, and bad for the patient experience throughout the hospital. And so, Matt, thank you so much for joining me today.
No worries. Thank you. Thank you for having us. My name's Matt. I've been a porter at Colchester Hospital for the best part of 18 years now. We're the lowest paid employees, but we're all proud to have like the NHS badge on our uniform, and we don't want to be working for some faceless corporation like just for profit. We want to be helping like the public in the role that we've always have done, and obviously privatisation just means you're lining someone else's pockets.
So you're based at Colchester General Hospital, and Colchester is a hospital part of a larger hospital group, trusts we call them here in the UK. And that's the East Suffolk and North Essex Foundation Trust, SNEFT, right?
That's correct, yeah.
Gotcha. So you have a very interesting history at this hospital. When did you start there?
It's like about 18 years ago, like it's the end of 2007, roughly. And I've been here since we were privatised under the now defunct Carillion Health, and got brought back in-house to the NHS December 2012.
Wow, so you had worked for the hospital when it was running the privatized service for porters and cleaners and everybody, like who else was privatized?
Yeah, it's porters, cleaners, caterers, security staff, the post room, goods receiving, even the guys at the front office, like they kind of meet and greet you when you first kind of come in.
What was it like working for Carillion? So Carillion, it used to be a massive corporation that went bankrupt, and you were part of Carillion Health. What was it like working for them at the time?
Essentially, you'd be running on skeleton staff all the time. So if someone went off sick, they wouldn't bother kind of covering them. Whereas obviously in the NHS, if someone goes off sick, they'll do the very best they can to replace that employee on shift. Whereas with Carillion, if you were like down any amount of bodies, they just didn't get replaced. I mean, like when I had one experience where I turned up for an early shift on a Sunday morning, and it was just me. I was the only porter for the whole hospital.
The only porter for the entire hospital on a Sunday morning.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. And to think like that and that's what happens in these situations where the private company takes over. They guarantee that they are running a profitable service, so they will cut down everything they possibly can in order to maintain that profit margin. But then they run a hospital with one single porter and wonder why the NHS isn't as productive as it used to be.
You're running on like minimum amount of staff all the time, and you just did whatever you could to kind of to get through, to be honest with you. But yeah, if they cut corners every which way.
Yeah, and that's the future that we face if you guys get privatized again. Now, you went from working for Carillion Health for under the privatized model to going back in-house. Tell me more about that experience.
We got brought back in-house December 2012. The difference is stark between being private and public sector. You get more people on shift for starters.
Yeah.
The working conditions are better as they improve as a result, and obviously the patient care improves as well, because obviously there's more of us to take the patients where they need to be and do whatever kind of we need to do for the patients in day-to-day care.
Absolutely. So everything moves a lot faster. It's a lot more efficient. It's a better work environment. The entire patient experience, from coming into the front door, from being moved to wards, having a clean ward, to having a proper meal. That entire experience is severely degraded when you have the privatized service, but improved when you had the public service. It sounds like a no-brainer to me that patients and your colleagues and the hospital would want to keep this in-house because of the impact on patients and patient care. If they want to improve productivity, then it makes sense to keep you in-house, does it not?
Absolutely does. It just there's no two ways about it, because at the end of the day, you have to have more staff to deal with the workload that we've got, because obviously over that time the hospital's got bigger and busier, and if we go back to a private company, staff level is going to reduce, and obviously that's going to impact on patient care in a lot of different ways.
Absolutely. But what's happened now? Why is this push for you guys to be privatized again? What's behind that? Who's behind that?
Basically, it's been driven by our chief exec, Nick Hulme, who seems determined to privatise us again, because none of us can figure it out, because there seems to be like no logical reason why it's happening, particularly when we're going against the grain of the rest of the country.
Yeah, exactly. The trend is moving away from privatization because we know that it harms patients, and it's bad for patient safety, it's bad for patient flow, and improves the entire patient experience, and certainly better for our workplace colleagues to be in-house. And so it sounds like a no-brainer that we would want to keep this public, keep this in-house.
There's no real reason we can fathom why they're doing what they're doing.
And you guys have had massive support from the community.
Yeah, every time we've been out on the picket line, I said we've done 19 days of strike action now. There's been at least 100 of us down there every single day. It doesn't matter whether rain,
Nice.
wind, shine, and the thing is, we've tried to keep it like a good atmosphere as well. We're right on the road in front of the hospital, and the amount of support we kind of get all the time, just by people walking past, people coming past in their cars, just constant beeping of horns,
honking
all
in the cars,
public, paramedics, every vehicle that goes past, like public buses. Yeah, and it's really good. It's really cool to kind of get that, and it's like hours a day as well. It's uplifting, it's good.
For members of the public, if you're ever passing a picket line, you want to show your support, give a good honk. Or do you guys say honking here? We say honking from the States. Beeping the car horn.
Yeah, go back beeping the horns. Yeah,
beeping the horns. So beep your horns in support of these guys.
We've just announced another set of action with a full 3-week walkout from the 25th of November to the 13th of December.
Whoa. Good. So this board needs to make a decision that's good for the community, that's good for the hospital, that's good for the employees there. And they clearly saw the massive public support that you guys have against privatization. It is a waste of money. It is a waste of resources. It means degraded patient care and a degraded patient experience. It's not good for patient safety. So to Nick Hulme and to the rest of the board at SOSNHS, do the right thing for Matt and his colleagues and for patients in your area.
Yeah, absolutely. At the end of the day, it's only the patient that suffers out of it.
Absolutely. Matt, thank you so much. You are fighting a good fight for patients and for your community, and are very proud to speak to you and to support you guys. Solidarity on the picket line, and good luck with everything. I know that you guys are going to prevail.
Thank you very much.
And to Nick Hulme and to the rest of ESNEFT, do the right thing. Do the right thing. It's not that complicated. Take care, Matt. Solidarity.
Nice one. Thank you. Cheers.